Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. We're going to talk about Live Ready. We're going to talk about Richard Marcinko, Rogue Warrior, Detachment Bravo. And we're going to talk about people who carry tactical knives can't fight. Those are the books on the list today. Thank you for everybody joining. I'm drinking out of a I solemnly swear I'm up to no good mug this morning from the Harry Potter, my daughter's favorite book series as she was growing up. And I am certain that her reading helped her get where she's at right now, Wharton Business School and the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Pennsylvania. Reading is so important, something that I have enjoyed since I was a little kid. I've always been a voracious reader, and I continue to read a lot. And that's why on many Saturdays, I like to share books that I've read, give you some inspiration. Maybe you'll decide to read one. Maybe you'll read something else. Doesn't matter as long as you're reading and enjoying and learning. And something that you should read is the new ebook that I just put out, Stay Safe in Our Crazy World. Go to enjoylifesafely.com. Scroll down. You'll see it there at the bottom of the homepage, or it's on the side of the blog page. I've also put the link around different social media places. That book is for free. Download it. It has some important concepts and principles to lay the foundation for enjoying life safely. It'll also qualify you to get a discounted price on a course that accompanies the book if you want to go deeper into those topics and get some exercises and some things to help you incorporate that into your life to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. That's what Enjoy Life Safely is about. Now let's talk about some books today. Live Ready by Sam Rosenberg. A Guide to Protecting Yourself in an Uncertain World. Excellent, excellent book. I first learned about this book with a posting by Lauren Christensen. Lauren Christensen endorsed this book, and if Lauren endorses it, I'm apt to check it out. Lauren wrote the foreword for my book, Survive a Shooting. I've read many of the 60 or 70 books Lauren has published. Wealth of information. I've been reading Lauren since the 80s, and if he recommended it, I thought I need to check it out. I checked it out. I read it slowly because it had so much good stuff in it, and right on point with some of the things that I teach. So some of the things that Sam wrote about, I'm saying, yes, exactly, we're on the same page. Some of the things Sam wrote about, I'm saying, wow, that's a good way to think about that. And I'm going to incorporate that into my lifestyle, my teaching, and so forth. Just some excellent, excellent material. There's a foreword by Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman, who I also know and respect, and I've mentioned his books before, wealth of information as well. Chapter 1, The Gun. Chapter 2, Learned Helplessness. Chapter 3, Staying Safe. Chapter 4, The Psychology of Fear. Chapter 5, Think Like a Bad Guy. Chapter 6, You See with Your Mind, Not Your Eyes. Chapter 7, Killer Culture. Chapter 8, The Descent into Violence. Chapter 9, Deny Opportunity. Chapter 10, Deter, Manage the Eye of Time. Chapter 11, Defend When Violence is the Answer. Chapter 12, Safe Spaces. Conclusion, Nothing worth doing is absent of risk. Those title headings don't go near good enough to say how great this book is. I'm not going to talk much more about the book. Why? Because Sam has already agreed to be on this show. We just haven't set a date yet. So I am going to have Sam Rosenberg on Coffee with Alain in one of the upcoming Friday interviews to talk about this book and talk about safety. That is an episode you won't want to miss. Now let's talk about a book. It's also on self-defense, but very different. People Who Carry Tactical Pens Can't Fight by Phil Elmore. This book is written a little bit differently. This is a collection of essays talking about what Phil says are stupid things people say about self-defense. One of them being people who carry tactical pens can't fight. That's a pretty stupid statement. I sometimes carry a tactical pen. I sometimes will carry one of these metal Sharpie pens that you can buy a big pack of them at Costco for not much money, and you get a few metal ones and some plastic ones. But you think I couldn't defend myself with this metal Sharpie or one of my tactical pens? Has nothing to do with my ability to fight. I've been training in that all my life. Phil has too. But when you put a pen in your hand, you just have a force multiplier, because I can hit you with my hand or I can hit you with that little point of the pen. That little point of the pen is going to do more damage. So it's just stupid things like that. Kubitons are useless. If they're useless, then why so many people carry them and use them, and why are they not allowed by TSA? Again, it's a force multiplier. It's not the be all and end all of self-defense, but saying that they're useless, that means you don't know how to use one. You must be insecure in your fighting abilities. Wasp spray works. You've heard me talk about wasp spray before, and we need to dispel that myth that wasp spray is good for self-defense or home defense. Phil's doing it here. So I just shoot him. You ever hear the gun person say, yeah, I don't need to know any of that. I just shoot him. Well, not if you don't have your gun on you. What if you're inside a plane and something happens? You're not going to just shoot him. You can't get your gun on the plane with you. So you better have some other skills. And that's why a lot of these sayings are just nonsense. I found myself agreeing with Phil on many of them because I've said the exact same thing about these sayings before. The one thing about this book is Phil is very conservative, and he lets his politics come through in some of the essays. If you are more on the liberal side, you won't like a couple of the things that Phil says. And I would hope that that doesn't keep you from learning the good stuff he says in the book. And I even told Phil that. I told Phil that, if he would have left some of the politics out, it might have been able to reach some audience that the politics would turn off of the good information in this book. I don't mind because I ignore politics. And then I agree with Phil on some of his political points, and some of them I disagree. So I still like the book because I think he said a lot of good stuff about a lot of stupid things that people say about self-defense. And I'm not going to say any more because Phil will be with us next Friday. Yes, I talked to Phil, and he has agreed to be on this coming Friday's Coffee with Alain. So don't miss that one either. I got Phil coming up right away. Got Sam coming up in the near future when we set a date. So going to be a couple good episodes. Also, I got Lawrence Kane and Chris Wilder on the hook, and we're looking at dates to get them on. And if you know them, they've written 20, 30 books on martial arts self-defense. Great, great authors. Dan Anderson, a couple weeks ago, mentioned them, that they're a couple of the ones that he recommends wholeheartedly. And Dan's going to be back on again. So we have some great Friday interviews coming up you won't want to miss. The last book I wanted to talk about, just finished, Detachment Bravo. This is the last hardcover I have. It's like the 9th book that Marcinko and Weisman wrote together. This one was really fun. I really enjoyed this one. I'm going to continue reading these. I have some of the paperbacks. I'm just trying to read hardback novels right now because it's making more space on the bookshelves as I donate them after I read them. But this was fun. I enjoyed it. I think the rest that I have are not by Weisman. Marcinko has a new author, but all of these ones I've been talking about up to this one have all had John Weisman, and they've been fun, entertaining, military action reads. Lots of killing, lots of cussing. So if you like that kind of stuff, military, killing, cussing, you'll enjoy these. They're sort of fun, lighthearted, just easy reading. If you don't like that stuff, get a different novel. But those are the books this week. Marcinko's Detachment Bravo, Phil Elmore, who will be on next Friday, People Who Carry Tactical Knives Can't Fight, and Sam Rosenberg, who will be on in the future with Live Ready. All three I really enjoyed for different reasons. Want to say good morning to Dixon, and Dixon's here and says, I look forward to seeing and hearing from Sam. Way to go. I'm looking forward to that interview too. I don't know Sam well. I mean, I just know him through his book, but just reading that book, I know it's going to be some good stuff. I know Phil. I've known Phil for years, and that's still going to be a good interview next Friday as well. Dixon says, you've been busy making coffee with Alain. Great. Appreciate that, Dixon. I'm trying to reach a bigger audience. I'm trying to get different perspectives, so it's not always just me, because I want to make this a great show. I want to make the Enjoy Life Safely website a fantastic resource. That's why you can go there and download the new ebook. You'll also, once you get that ebook, you'll get the newsletters that go out Sunday, which continue to have different articles and things to help you stay safe, enjoy life, and be exceptional. That's what this is all about. So thank you, everybody who watches replays, listens to the podcast. You are all appreciated. And I hope all of you go out and make it a spectacular Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow.